host, Pareem.
And today we're excited to talk to you about our lives.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. And
What are we going to talk about today?
The main thing we're going to talk about is post-wedding. And for us, that was a honeymoon.
Honeymoon.
So...
Not the best. I was going to say the best part. The wedding was the best part. But the honeymoon was great.
The honeymoon was great. Yes.
Close second.
So wedding night, we went to a hotel here in Nashville.
Yes.
And then we came home and all of our friends and family had brought basically the whole wedding to our house because everybody was from out of town. So we did a little bit of cleanup real fast.
Basically, the wedding came to our house.
The wedding came to our house. And I feel like we had talked about this before. I was moving into your house right after the wedding too. So packing for this whole week was really crazy. It was like pack for the bachelorette party on Thursday, and then this, and then the hotel the night before, and then like my best friend and I, we stayed at a hotel the night before, a couple nights before.
Yeah.
And then, wedding night, and then came here, and then we took off to our honeymoon. So it was just a lot. I remember being like, okay, to really think about this.
A lot of moving pieces.
A lot of moving pieces.
Moving from a hotel to the wedding venue, then to moving in together.
Yeah.
Then packing a bag, hopping on a plane, heading out of here.
Yeah.
For our honeymoon, we had brainstormed for a while. We both wanted to go somewhere with a beach, somewhere tropical, somewhere warm, no ski weekends or something like that. We wanted something warm, something where we can get sun and just jump in the ocean.
Yeah, I remember even thinking too, I was like, I really wanted to go to Iceland, but in my mind, I'm like, that's kind of cold. I don't want to be like cold on my honeymoon. I want to be out in the sun, like enjoying it. And we also talked about we don't want to go to Greece, or I really wanted to go to Vietnam.
We were just spitballing ideas for a while in the beginning.
What'd you say?
Greece,
Spain,
Vietnam, Australia, Hawaii.
All different places.
What else did we look at? There's so many different.
So many, but some of them it's like, do you want to travel for 23 hours to get there and back? It's basically taking up 2 of your days. And
we had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, I think, total. 9, 10 days. So yeah, it was like you spend 2 days of your honeymoon just traveling. So for us, it was like, where's somewhere that's not going to take all day to get to, that we can afford, that has a beach, it's warm, and preferably somewhere we've never been. I think would have been really cool to kind of experience somewhere new. And then, so that's how we landed on Belize.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Belize. I remember looking, and I think it was between that and looking on ChatGPT and just realizing the dollar was really strong there, which I honestly hadn't. I don't even know if I'd heard of Belize before, but we started looking into it, and it looked great. Looked at the hotels, looked at their resort.
I think it was like a 2-hour flight to Dallas layover, and then a 2.5 hour flight. So altogether, it was 4 or 5 hours of traveling.
Yeah.
And from Nashville to now you're on a beach in Belize.
I think even the day, we ended up kind of having a full travel day, but we left early from Nashville. But not too early. We're like, we don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. Yeah. We also gave ourselves a day in between because I'm like, we don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. the day after our wedding. Yeah. That would be awful. So we went to the airport at a reasonable time.
Got in probably noon, 1 o'clock or 2, and then shuttled over to the ocean, got on the ferry. It was like an hour and a half ferry over to San Pedro Island there, or Peninsula. I was forgetting. And then got off the ferry. We had Victor waiting for us from Mata Chica, one of the staff there who was just incredible. And they grabbed our bags, said, here's our boat, hop on. And we rode on up the coast with them because we landed with the ferry. The place we were staying was about 40 minutes
it says
further up.
Kind of north side. Most of San Pedro people have a lot of resorts on the south side. We kind of went almost rural.
It was kind of nice to be away from everything.
Yeah, you were far from everything. You weren't really close to anything, but it was great. I feel like our travel day was so fun because we had matching sweatsuits, and I had my bride bag, and so people were just like, oh, congratulations. Everyone was just it was such a celebratory day. I think the whole
Yeah.
staff on our first flight, they all signed a card and gave us champagne and were like,
I was like, this is awesome.
congratulations. Just very celebrated that day. It was so fun. And then getting to the Imada Chiku where they hand you the welcome drink, we were just like, this is amazing. We should go on a honeymoon all the time.
Yeah.
But
Or at
yeah.
least bring your bride back when we travel from now on and wear our matching sweats.
But yeah, we got to Matachika, which is the resort, a Hilton resort, and I just don't even know where to start. We just had the best time. The staff was amazing.
Yeah.
And you
Spent the first 5 days there. We kind of split up into kind of 3 parts, our
Yeah.
honeymoon trip. But the largest chunk of our honeymoon, the first 5 days was there. And I'm glad it was. It was,
Yeah.
we
Still our favorite part of the whole honeymoon was that stay. And their dining was amazing. They brought us coffee in the morning, every morning. There was a pool, there was kayaking, we went on a bike ride, we did the spa.
a lot of fun things that were kind of included. They had go help yourself and take the bikes out anytime you want. And here's the snorkel equipment and the kayaks and stuff. If you want to go out on the water, have fun, have at it. There was no meet this guy. He's going to guide you out there and show you where to go. And it was just kind of see that buoy out there in the distance. That's where the fish are. Go out there and we'll be here when you get back.
Yeah.
Wave. There was like, put a hand up and wave if you need help and we'll send a boat out there or something. But yeah, it was fun to kind of just, there's no scheduled time. There's no scheduled, at this time we go and do this. It was just whenever you feel like it. Hey, after lunch, let's go take the kayaks out at your own pace.
And we did a few scheduled things. We scheduled a spa, which was so fun.
The hot stone
A
spa.
couples massage. And then I think that season they had a lot of like seagrass that came in. And so they had a shuttle that would take you to the other side of the peninsula.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you could do, what
Secret
was the
Beach.
name of it?
That's what it
Beach.
was. Secret
Oh,
Beach.
that was so fun. You should tell them about that. I just remember that was like such a fun day because we spent almost the whole day there.
Yeah, it was fun. And I appreciate that the resort did that because I guess it's a seasonal, only certain time of the year. They have the seagrass, sargassum on one side of the peninsula, but the other side is like completely fine. And even on the side that we're at, it only goes maybe 50 yards out. And so you can take the kayak and paddle, and then it's crystal clear waters out there to snorkel.
Yeah.
But it was nice that they were like, hey, we understand that it's not ideal to swim here at this time of the year. We're going to do a shuttle, take you over to the other side of the island, and we'll drop you off, come back and pick you up when you're ready to come back. And so we kind of got to go see some other bars and some other beaches over there. I think we had to pay to rent the snorkels over there, I think.
Oh, but yeah, it
Not
was
much,
It was not much at all. But that one was fun because we got to eat in the water. So
They had
would like
tables
your order.
with umbrellas set up actually in the water. So you're like sitting in the water
Yeah.
out there while you're having your meal.
We should put a picture in this podcast of you out there with your snorkel. Because what did you order? Didn't you order a drink and a...
Belize is one of their number one exports, I think, is rum. Is one of their biggest things they're known for, the sugar cane and rum. And so there's a lot of rum punch, which was great.
Caribbean.
But they chopped up a pineapple, scooped it out, kind of carved it out. And so I had a rum punch in a pineapple with we had lobster nachos,
and lobster ceviche.
Ceviche.
So good.
So that was one of the greatest things it was lobster season. So we had lobster pretty much every way you can have lobster every day. We had lobster stir fry. We had a whole lobster.
We had a lot
of
of lobster stir fry.
Like,
what was that? Our last night we did lobster, didn't you do linguine or something?
like pasta. Yeah.
And then lobster ceviche. And we were just like, by the last night, that last night was a lot.
Yeah.
We were like, this is a lot of lobster.
Yeah.
It was intense, but it was so good. I feel like you loved that part a lot.
Oh, I did not get tired of the lobster.
Yeah.
Because it's, I don't know, if you go out in Nashville and you order lobster, it's like, where's this coming from? Versus like in Belize, I'm like,
literally right there.
over there to the left, you see that? That's where the reef is. That's where they got it this morning. Yeah. We had dinner at one place in town, and
oh, I forgot about that one.
So some people had told us about, and it was like, essentially at this place every morning they go out, catch a bunch of fresh seafood, and then they bring it back and they put it on ice out on a table there. And so you go to this restaurant and you can pick out, you just point, I want that, that, and that. They had mussels and clams and lobster and
So
like
good.
snapper and shrimp, just anything you could think of. And so you'd pick it out and then they'd ask you how you want it cooked. Do you want it grilled? Do you want it stir fried,
Stir
buttered,
fry.
like however you want it done? And then they'd prepare it for you. And it was amazing.
Yeah, we'll have to. I remember they brought it, everything we picked out on a huge platter. And then you were like, they're like, how do you want this cooked? How do you want this cooked? How do you, and we were just like, this is incredible. And it
And
was
we finished it,
so good. Oh,
which I was
yeah, we did.
impressed
We
with.
did. It was so good. Yeah, that was the kind of, once we left Mata Chica, we ended up at a resort for a couple days on the southern part of San Pedro.
The
And that was
Alaya.
fine. I feel like it was like, we were glad we didn't spend, because it was just, there was just a lot going on. It was more like, kind of like a Vegas feel. Like,
That's what to me, it was like,
Yeah.
this is what I imagined Miami's was.
okay, yeah.
They had music out there at the pool and there was like people partying, kind of having a good time, which is great.
Bunch
It
of
was
couples
just,
making out in the pool
yeah,
all day
it was
long.
just a different pace of life, a different
Yeah.
setting than it was just so quiet, calm, just
Yeah, I feel at Mata
first-
Chica,
yeah.
there's like 5, 6 couples there. And so everywhere you go, it was just so quiet. In the pool, there'd be like maybe one other couple. We met some friends in the pool. That was fun. Yeah, I feel like that was cool. We got to meet a few people, had dinner with them, did snorkeling
some
with
little
them.
hole in the wall family
forgot about
dinner place down the street. We're like, they had told us, I think they're like, we heard of this place down the street and we hadn't really ever left the resort the first 5
Yeah.
days. And so we're like, sure, let's go explore and go somewhere tonight. So we went with them and it literally felt like we were in some family's living room for this dinner.
I'm pretty sure it was.
But it was great.
There was like a kid playing with a truck over here, and we're eating our food over here. But yeah, it was great. I would say our favorite part was probably Mata Chica. We had fun, and then we did a jungle day, which was really cool. So we ended
Yeah.
up staying back on the mainland. If we had to do it all over again, we would just do Mata Chica because that was our favorite part. But it was fun to have all the different experiences too.
Yeah, I might still do a day or two in the jungle or something. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting, fun. We met Freddie, who was
Yeah,
like
Freddie.
just the kindest, nicest guy that took us on the river.
I don't even remember.
Tubing.
There were so many connections. It was like there was a guy at Mata Chica at the rental place where you take out the boats and stuff who connected us with another guy.
We were at Mata Chica and we were trying to we mentioned, I think, ziplining or something.
Oh.
And so then when we went to the second resort,
That's what it was.
then we connected with the friend of the guy from Mata Chica who came to meet us on his golf cart. And he was like, hey, we'll take care of you here if you want to do the zip lining, you want to do the river tubing, the cave tubing.
Yeah.
I got a guy that'll pick you up on the mainland when you get back over there. He'll take you to your hotel. He'll drop you off. He'll come pick you up at the hotel in the morning. He'll drive you up to the mountains. You'll do the river tubing. You'll do the zip lining. He'll bring you back. Anything you need. Don't
He's
worry, we
right.
can take it. We'll have it covered. And so it was just really cool that guy was really nice. And he put us in touch with Freddie, and Freddie was amazing.
He was so great.
So when we had left the second resort, after we stayed the 2 days there and went to the mainland to spend our last 2 days, we knew we did the relaxing massages and snorkeling and stuff and hanging out the pool. And we wanted to do something kind of more in the jungle and explore. And so
Like do the adventuresome things. Yeah.
we took the ferry back and Freddie picked us up, grabbed our bags, took us to the hotel. And he was all right, I'll be back in the morning tomorrow to take you guys up to the mountains. We'll go do the zip lining, do the tubing. And so he came that next morning, picked us up, spent the whole day with him.
So we just a full day.
They had
Yeah.
prepared lunch for us up there. And
I think
then,
that was probably the most like authentic Belizean food we had.
yeah.
Was that day. I think even where we stayed the last 2 nights was more authentic Belizean food. I mean, we got a good taste, I think, throughout our hotel stays, but we stayed at an Airbnb the last 2 nights, and they had a little place on site that was kind of very authentic food. And then, yeah, the lunch we had with Freddie was like, they brought out all the hot sauces too. And he was like, this is the one that everyone eats. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And Chris did not. But even that was funny because I was laughing because I was like, I'll try it. And then somehow I think Freddie interpreted that of like that I liked hot sauce. So the next day he brought me like 5 huge bottles of hot sauce. And they're like, some of them are
Yeah.
very, very hot. Like I was not going to be able to consume them, but it was so sweet. It was so sweet of him.
He
But
was like, I brought you these. I thought you liked them. Like, and
like,
there
no,
was like everything from like mild to like good luck.
burn your tongue off. Yeah, good luck with that one.
But yeah, he even came back and picked us up that next day after the adventures up in the jungle and brought us to the airport. And
Yeah.
but it was cool. We got to zip line in the jungle, and that's where it
That was
rained on us a
cool.
little bit. We had lunch up there, and then took us through these like river, like these Mayan caves in the
Caves or something.
jungle
Yeah.
where we all had little inner tubes, and he hopped in and float along, and then he'd paddle along and he'd pull us along when it got shallow, and he was telling us all about the history of everything there. And we got to set the tubes aside and go jump in some other like kind of parts of the cave back there where
There was like a part where it was completely still. There was no in and out or
Yeah.
something. Or wherever it came in and
Something
came
like
out.
that.
Like there was no like it's not like there was no flow like a pond where it's gross either. Like it was fresh, but it was like still.
yeah,
It was so quiet and it was interesting. And then yeah, we got to do the
jump in the waterfall there,
That was really fun.
jump off of a waterfall in a cave in like it was
We had those little headlamps, and so he had us point all of our 3 lamps together so you could kind of see what you're jumping into, but it was still dark.
yeah.
Still don't know what was down there, but don't want to know. But yeah, that was so fun. That was like our last thing we did, and yeah,
Just to
it
get
was
to, I think Freddie was really key in just like telling us a lot about Belize. It's like about the town, about like
politics.
the history, the politics, when we were coming back, we're hungry. I don't want to have the Airbnb food again. Where could we go in town? Is there any place, could we pick
Who
up something
has
on the
good
way
lobster?
back? And we'll buy you dinner for you were hanging out with us the whole time. And so he brought us to one of his favorite places, and it was amazing.
So
There was
good.
so much lobster.
So much lobster. Yeah, and I think like we went for 9-10 days. I can't remember, but I remember the last day we were like, we had so much fun, but we're ready to go home and just do life because
Yeah.
it's so exciting to get married and to be like spending the rest of your life with somebody. And I think the fact that we didn't move in together before we got married, it's like, okay, we get to move in together. We get to merge our lives.
Go back home to another adventure.
Yeah, like there's so much waiting for us at home. And so it was fun. It was like we got to live the paradise life, and then we got to go home. And even that was an adventure. I almost forgot about that. We fly into Dallas, totally normal, like everything should be normal. And apparently the good old summer storms in Dallas hit, and they like pulled 100 planes out of the sky or something and weren't letting people go. And there's nothing we can do. There's nothing to do.
It's like middle of the night, and
Literally, what? I was late.
there was no like,
11
hey,
o'clock
it's
at
going to be
night or something?
delayed an hour. I think it was like delayed 20 minutes, delayed 45
Oh, that's
minutes.
right. It kept
delayed an
delaying.
hour, canceled. And I was like, canceled?
Yeah.
How do we get back?
And the line started just lining up because everybody was in the same boat. And Chris and I were like, somewhere along the line, we looked at each other and we're like, let's just go. Let's go get to the rental car because everyone else is going to be thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So we ran to,
There wasn't a lot left when we got over to get the rental car.
And one way. We're like, we need a one way to Nashville. So we did it. But I was so grateful. He drove the whole way. I don't think I drove it all, did I?
I think maybe like the last hour or
2
two.
hours or something.
Because I think you had to work in the morning.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to work till the afternoon. So I was like, I'm not tired yet. I'll power through and drive now. And then like when I start getting tired, you can sleep now. And then the last hour or two, when I'm probably going to be getting tired and it's going to be a struggle, you can drive the last hour or two once we're close and you've gotten
Yeah.
to sleep some.
It was a good drive. Dallas to Nashville was,
It was like
It was
12
no
hours
joke.
or so, 12, 14 or something.
yeah, we somehow got in right as the sun was coming up and got home and slept for a couple hours, went to work a little late, but that That was quite the
I
adventure.
think you kind of joked about that. You said basically everybody's honeymoon, it's like something goes wrong. Like it wouldn't be like a honeymoon if there wasn't something that went wrong. Like
I think we did, because I was like, I think the devil hates marriage, because every honeymoon story I've ever heard, there's something like people get sick, or they get lost, or they get stuck, or someone gets hurt, and just the devil does hate marriage, but that's why we pray over our marriage, and we just work through it, get over it, get in a car and drive 12
this
hours.
sucks. Guess we'll get a rental car. Huh?
But yeah, that was the beginning of our lives, and we came home our first weekend. We built a fence.
We got back and it was like time for renovations.
Yeah, we definitely got into renovation mode.
Before Shauna moved in, I was like, I've kept the house a blank slate.
And I call BS on that.
I just purposely kept it a blank slate. There's no decoration. I haven't renovated.
You and your roommate did nothing to this place. Which is totally fine. We had a lot of fun decorating together. I just thought it was funny. I'm like, you're not quite the decorating type. You're really good at execution, though. Like when we have a plan. You and your roommate brought this couch upstairs. Like when I'm like, let's do this, he's really great at doing it. But I
think the renovating is a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah, we should probably get into that next time. So that was our honeymoon podcast.
Yes, it was.
Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, that was our honeymoon. Everything that we can remember as of this time right now.
I'm sure there was so much more. We had a blast. It was so fun. I recommend going right after your wedding. I think, like, obviously do whatever you want to do, but some people wait longer, or they wait till for whatever reason. But we really loved just getting married, going and spending such fun quality time together, and not being distracted by life and work and people, and just getting to enjoy each other for 10 days. So
yeah,
I'd recommend that.
It was amazing. We love Belize. Definitely recommend Belize.
Yeah, we want to go back.
And if you want to know more, feel free to ask.
Yep.
So this has been Perrine.
Party of two.
And I'm Chris Perrine.
I'm Sean Perrine.
We appreciate you guys listening, and we will see you guys very soon with our next episode.
See you next time.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.